Hi, I'm Garrick Brown, Vice President of Retail Research for Cushman and Wakefield. Welcome to another episode of Cool Streets. One of the hottest trends going right now is craft brewing. We're in Cincinnati, which is arguably the most underrated cool street ever. We're going to be visiting the white-hot, over-the-Rhine neighborhood, as well as taking some tours of the coolest craft breweries around. So join us as we tour the Queen City on this episode of Cool Streets.
We've really experienced an urban renaissance. Vacancy rates are dwindling. People want to live downtown. Companies want to locate downtown, and it all ties into the live, work, play mantra. Companies trying to pull in that millennial workforce really want to have a cool environment to work in. Where this used to be very much a commuter city, now people are staying downtown.
Right over my shoulder is the banks. It was really a project that had been talked about for a long time here in Cincinnati. It was the redevelopment of the riverfront, really anchored by two new stadiums, Great American Ballpark for the Reds and Paul Brown Stadium for the Bengals. Lots of exciting things happening. It's really a great mix of an area to go for daytime and then the excitement that happens during the sporting events or in the CBD.
We have this great group of universities in our region. The typical response of those young professionals was, I'm headed anywhere but Cincinnati. Fun thing is now those folks are saying, hey, we kind of like it here. And they're beginning to choose Cincinnati to begin their career. That's what we have to do to be able to compete, deliver that young professional workforce. And the spin-off of that is developers are creating some really cool places for them to live, places for them to hang out, places for them to eat. It's a new energy and a new generation of Cincinnatians being born right before us.
Local business owners would really buy into the neighborhood more than, say, a national chain would. Craft brewing, in the past few years, we've had Rheingeist and Taft's Ale House and Mad Tree all open. Taft's Ale House is an interesting case. A vacant, rundown building. The city was going to demolish it. We'll put some more money into stabilizing it, and then we'll look for a tenant. We found the Taft's Ale House guys. They jumped right in with this great concept. We totally refinished the space, and now it's just booming. That's a great success story.
We were concerned when we got started as to whether or not the neighborhood could support a business this size. And what we found out was that this is exactly what the neighborhood needed. I don't think you can go to many cities and see this type of cooperation. We saved a church that was slated to be torn down. Now we have this beautiful historic structure that's going to be with us hopefully for another few hundred years at least. The Taft name is a big name in Cincinnati, obviously. William Howard Taft was the 27th president, and everything about Taft in this city is pretty serious. So what we wanted to do was bring out some of the fun. We've done that, and we've done it in a way that we don't disparage him.
Millennial craft beer drinkers try an average of 5.1 different brands per month.
We are a 4-year-old craft brewery here in the city of Cincinnati in the Oakley neighborhood. The business really started in Oakley. We started brewing beer in my basement, which is less than a mile down the road right here. The reason we decided on Oakley, we were able to move back into the city. We were able to move back into our neighborhood. We're now anchoring the eastern corridor of the Oakley Business District, and Oakley has never really seen anything like that. So our goal has always been to encourage walkability of the neighborhood, and this really does tie that together. We're seeing a lot of indirect impact. I've heard anecdotally from some of the local businesses that they're seeing record days, as we get busy. So it's a really cool feeling to see that we have more than just direct, we have a very good indirect economic impact on this community. As of today, we're at 76 employees. We're 85 currently. What did I miss? Literally, it was like 3 days ago, we were at 76. I don't even know everybody anymore.
More than 4,600 breweries are responsible for the beer brands available in the United States. The Brewers Association of America estimates that more than 2,000 of these are craft breweries.
Rheingeist, the name itself means ghost of the Rhine or spirit of the Rhine. And this neighborhood that we're standing in is called Over the Rhine. The Germans settled here in the 17 and 1800s, and by the end of the 1800s, they'd amassed about 40,000 people living in this neighborhood. There were just under 40 breweries. Just a mismatch, the fact that we're sitting on this treasure trove of history unlike any other city in the country, and there's no local beer on tap at my bar downstairs. Somebody's got to do this. I might as well go do it. This neighborhood's having this renaissance right now. It's resurrecting that historic architecture, but utilizing it for great modern purposes that make young people want to grow and live and be creative here. The neighborhood as a whole is transforming, and this just fit right in line with everything that was happening here. So this building was Christian Moerlein's bottling plant in the late 1800s. From the outside of this building, it looks like just a big brick monolith. But you get in and you see this concrete cathedral for beer, and you know, it was like kismet. We have a 3-tiered space. On the 3rd floor, we have a wedding space that's booked out, I think, every Friday through Sunday with weddings through almost all of 2018. Every person comes to the wedding, and you know, everybody from the grandkids to the grandma leaves with a t-shirt or a hoodie and super excited about the building and the history of Cincinnati.
If you get a chance to come out to Cincinnati, don't pass it up. Today, we have one of the most vibrant, hip retail districts for live, work, play millennials. It's not high streets, it's cool streets.